Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to talk about Bitcoin, conduct machine learning based price forecast, as well as analyze the historical return on investment at a yearly level, as well as some of the social sentiment. So, hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please give us a like and subscribe. And none of the content is financial advice. So, let's get started. Over the last couple of years, this is the year-to-date performance of Bitcoin in 2024. Again, at one point had a year-to-date performance of about 140% from the yearly open of about 42k to the all-time high at around 108k. That is about 2.4x from the yearly open. But towards the later half of December, the year-to-date ROI dropped to about 111%. In terms of how that stacks with respect to 2023, closely followed till about middle of December of 2024, and then there was slight divergence. Had a higher low towards the end of December 2023, whereas in 2024 series of lower highs and lower lows. So 2025 is just beginning, so again we don't have much data. Again, the yearly open, from the yearly open, the ROI at one point was at 8%. Now it declined to about 2.5%. Again, you can corroborate that with over the last 48 hours or so, price dropped from about 102k to now about 94k. Where does the technical analysis of Bitcoin and the technical levels per the Fibonacci interventions look based on the historical cycle? Again, in 2017, from the all-time high till the all-time to the market cycle low, if you retrace that move in 2021, the first major top that Bitcoin had was at around 3.618 fib level at around 64k. If we extrapolate that to the 2021 all-time high, and then again 2022 bear market low, and try to derive the three Fibonacci levels of somewhat of an importance, again based on the theory of continued returns as well as diminishing returns. In case of a continued behavior of Bitcoin, again providing that 3.618 level in the next bull market as a market cycle top, that market cycle top could be at around $206,000 in 2025. Whereas if there are some diminishing returns, that market cycle top could be somewhere between the 2.618, which is at around 154k, and the 3.618 at around 206k. The conservative estimate is again at around 101k, but we are well past of that. Again, we had been talking about this Fibonacci level based all-time highs for Bitcoin ever since the bear market of 2022. Again, early 2023 when we launched the channel. Again, we have several videos related to Bitcoin and its technical analysis based tops as well as machine learning based forecast. Now we'll go to the Crypto Weeklies website. Again, all of the content from here on is available for all. You don't have to pay or sign up for anything. All of the charts are available, the link on bottom of your screen as well as in the video description. Per the machine learning model that we use on our channel, again this is trained on the price of Bitcoin since 2014, again about 11 years or so at a weekly level, and based on this weekly price action, the machine learning model provides several scenarios of what the price could do. Again, the prices are determined by the market forces, but based on historical price action and statistical measures such as standard deviation, we can try to at least extrapolate what could be the directionality of those forecasts based on the base case scenario or the directionality related model, which that is in pink line. Again, I'll just zoom it a bit for clarity. Per this model, the directionality based scenario is between 100k and 116k. That means the likelihood of price actions going high or higher with time is higher than lower with time. Again, this is devoid of any bullish or bearish signal. But again, as we move into the post halving year, historically speaking, most of the major moves again occurred towards the end of the halving year, that is which was in 2024 and 2020, and the first quarter of 2021 and potentially 2025. That was the case in the last cycle, but the cycle before that, the major moves occurred in the second quarter and the third quarter starting from May and lasted till about December of the post-halving year. Again, the timing of the major moves might be different for each market cycle, but again, the post-halving years is the most active in terms of the price action, moving to the upside. In the last post-halving year from 2020 to 2021, the price grew from 20k to about 69k, about 3x. In this time, the one standard deviation or non-euphoria bull case for Bitcoin per our machine learning model is between 105k to about 160k, and that is about a 60% ROI in terms of year-to-date ROI. And if you go back to the post-halving ROI of 2021, at one point the ROI was at around 130k. We won't include 2017 because again back then Bitcoin was not as adopted again, and there are some diminishing return related examples as to when in 2017 the ROI was at about 18x or 19x at around 1853%, whereas in 2021 the market cycle ROI for that year to date performance was at around 130%. Again, if we account for some sort of diminishing returns and say that this time around a 60% or 80% ROI from the yearly open at around 93k, that puts Bitcoin somewhere between $150 and $170,000. Again, the non-euphoria case for Bitcoin per our machine learning model is exactly between 100k and 160k. We have been using these machine learning based analysis for Bitcoin somewhere starting here. Again, when we launched our channel in 2023, around early January of 2023, again we have been using consistently these methods. Again, the euphoria case for Bitcoin, again the 2 standard deviation bull case for Bitcoin, again with some sort of a euphoria. Again, we do not discuss that much of the fundamentals, but more towards the price action based similarities. In that case, the 2 standard deviation euphoria case scenario for bull run for Bitcoin is between 111k and about 214k, kind of close to the 3.618 fib level at around 206k. That is the top estimated on that scenario. So some sort of a confluence, and again, there is no such thing as a sure thing per our machine learning model. If the prices were to go down in early half of 2025, as they went down for about the first week or so by about 7.5k in the first week of 2025, the some sort of a support for Bitcoin, a trailing support is between 82k and about 95k. That is the 1 standard deviation bear case scenario for Bitcoin. And again, that is even in the bull run of 2021 there were some pullbacks along the way. So it's always a good idea to understand what is the potential upside and the downside. Again, this is not financial advice, just a common sense whenever you are thinking of doing anything not just financially. It's always a good idea to know both sides of the coin. So this is the machine learning side of things to express what Bitcoin has the potential to do. In terms of the regression based analysis, is the polynomial regression based valuation for Bitcoin. Again, right now the current price of Bitcoin at around 94k represents about $4,000 undervaluation per the polynomial regression based model. Again, the fair value is at around 98k. And you can see there is an upward bias or upswing to the price action in terms of the based on the progression or the time based adoption for Bitcoin. The fair value is an increasing function. In the what is curious, in the post-halving years, such as in 2021, in 2017, the price not only goes higher than the polynomial regression based fair value, which tries to encapsulate both the bullish and the bearish prices and tries to tune out the noise and provide a fair value. the one standard deviation residual applied to the fair value, that level also gets challenged and the price breaks out of that one standard deviation channel eventually in the post halving year. At least in the last two post halving year that has occurred. In the last halving year in March of 2023, that one standard deviation ceiling provided a significant amount of resistance and the price did not meaningfully go above the one standard deviation ceiling. Right now that one standard deviation ceiling for Bitcoin is at around 160k. If that gets breached eventually, again as the shape of the regression function stays intact or grows slightly with time, that 160k could be slightly higher. In terms of the two standard deviation scenario, again this is, personally speaking, I think with the diminishing returns, again in the last in 2017 bull market, this two standard deviation ceiling was easily breached. In 2021 it was barely breached. So this time around there could be a scenario where the prices do not go higher than the two standard deviation ceiling. Again you can see that right now that two standard deviation ceiling is somewhere at around 260k for this post halving year at this point in time. So again the market can always throw something somewhat of a curve ball where everybody expects prices to go to a certain level and they just fall short. Again back in 2021 everyone was talking about 100k and prices stalled at around 69k. So again that's the two standard deviation level. Again as the prices grow close to the two standard deviation level, again we'll make several updates related to that. Again in terms of Bitcoin, understanding Bitcoin in terms of the risk levels, again this is a normalized ETH and Bitcoin, but again this video is specific about Bitcoin based on how the price is doing with respect to the 20-week simple moving average. These risk levels are charted and again the best time to DCA BTC is again per the 20-week simple moving average is all the way whenever the risk is in this green territory. Again we've spent a lot of time in 2024 as well as in 2023 and 2022, especially during the first drop in 2022 especially from March of 2022 till about November of 2022 in this channel. Right now again especially in December of 2024 several days were spent in the high risk environment, again when the price of Bitcoin was upwards of 100k. Right now the risk regimen is at around 55% again, and surprisingly the bull market completion per hour bull market completion indicator is at around 52%. So kind of a confluence in that level. We are in the moderate risk regimen between 0.4 and 0.6 or 40% and 60% risk. In the last bull run again there was 100% risk where per this model again in February 2021 itself the price per this model had dropped. At that point in time the February 2021 price was somewhere at around highs were at around 58k. So again missed out the actual top by about 8 to 9k, but overall it was still a worthwhile indicator. So right now this indicator also gets updated every single day. Right now the analysis is Bitcoin is somewhere in the moderate risk regimen. In terms of the narratives which are kind of gaining popularity, Bitcoin related to crypto, Bitcoin is still holding the keys. Again most of the even though there is a lot of bullish sentiment in the market, there are some bearish narratives, and Bitcoin definitely in trend with respect to the social sentiment derived from YouTube and X related to crypto. And last but not the least, analyzing the estimated bull run case based on the three risk-based model, the SMA, DC, and the time-weighted average price individually. We have a composite estimated bull run target for Bitcoin without any machine learning based intervention. Again, right now the price at around 94k, representing about 13% regression risk. As the price is below the fair value regression at around 98k, that is the fair value. Time-weighted average price at around 85% risk. Again, Bitcoin spends only a handful number of days at elevated Valuations were not a surprise whenever the price is close to 100k. Time weighted average price is higher. The SMA risk is at around 62%, the weighted risk at around 45%. Estimated bull run peak is at around 200k, representing a reward of about 2.1x, 13x from the current price. And with that, I would like to conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the content and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.